There's a family in our driveway.
Hi, can I help you?
Put your shoes on.
Writer-director Jordan Peele's 2017 film Get Out was unlike any other horror movie we'd ever seen. But his new film, Us, is in some ways similar to just about every other horror movie we've ever seen, and that's not a bad thing.
It's us.
Hi, I'm Bill Newcott, and I'll review Jordan Peele's new screen nightmare. Plus, we'll drop in on the woman behind the new Nancy Drew movie, and we'll visit a store that still rents out VHS tapes. On our podcast, Movies for the Rest of Us.
They look exactly like us.
In Jordan Peele's new movie, Us, you'll find echoes of The Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Night of the Living Dead, The Shining, Jaws, and yes, even Peele's own Get Out. Still, Peele is such a skilled storyteller, and his cast is so appealing, that it's impossible not to be pulled into this creepy tale of a family grappling with the appearance of another family that looks a lot like them, well, in a zombified sort of way. Like Get Out, Us touches on the state of American society. This time, he's warning about the ticking time bomb of America's growing permanent underclass. But mostly he's here to scare the dickens out of us, and that he does.
Since moving to this nowhere town, I'm still waiting for an ounce of excitement.
Nancy Drew! Check it out. The creepy Twin Elms house has gone viral.
Finally, things are about to get a little more interesting.
The teenage detective Nancy Drew first pulled out her flashlight nearly 90 years ago, and her books have seen several incarnations in the movies and on TV. Nancy Drew and the Hidden Staircase is the latest version, starring Sophia Lillis as the brilliant young sleuth. Now, if you managed not to close your eyes throughout Stephen King's horror flick It last year, you'll remember Lillis as the film's plucky girl. Here she's plucky as ever, solving the mystery of a haunted house owned by the always wonderful Linda Lavin.
You think I'm crazy, huh?
Smidge.
The team that created this version of Nancy is an unlikely group. Screenwriters Nina Fiore and John Herrera wrote the dark Hulu TV series The Handmaid's Tale. And director Kat Shea cut her director's teeth making grindhouse horror movies for Roger Corman, including the chilling 1992 cult classic Poison Ivy. Hello, Kat.
Hi, Bill. How you doing?
You're not the team you'd expect to be responsible for reviving the Nancy Drew series.
Well, I think that we're a little bit irreverent, honestly. That works. You know what surprises me, actually, is how true to the original Nancy Drew she is. Because I thought we were really taking her in an entirely different direction. And when I watch the movie now, I go, no, that is so true to the original Nancy Drew, because she was a little bit of a bad girl in a way, you know, because she lied to her dad all the time, you know, just to, you know, get out of the house. And, you know, she was just kind of funny. She was like Lucy in a way, you know, Lucy Ricardo.
How can I go to sleep till I know who killed her?
He was her husband.
Her husband? He didn't have any reason to kill her.
He was married, wasn't he?
Oh.
As I was watching your film, she's sort of a superhero that girls can aspire to. You know, she's smart, she's curious, she's a good friend, she's a devoted daughter. Those aren't just her qualities, although those are her superhero powers.
Well, you know, we wanted her to really be relatable in the way that anybody could do what Nancy's doing if they had her focus. She's not Captain Marvel. She's real. I think that that's kind of what's really inspiring about her.
You skate a lot better than you drive.
Oh, hold on, just a second. Here they are. VHS tapes. No one has touched a VHS tape in, what, decades? But a new movie takes place in a video store, a real-life video store, that still rents these things. In the smash superhero movie Captain Marvel, Brie Larson comes crashing to Earth through the roof of a blockbuster video store. That scene takes place in 1995. Incredibly, there's at least one store in the U.S. that still rents VHS tapes, and it plays a pivotal role in the delightful new film Fanboy, now streaming on Amazon Prime. Fran Kranz, who starred in The Cabin in the Woods, plays a South Carolina guy whose dreams of Hollywood stardom are fed by the countless videos he rents out every day to a bunch of clients who, for some reason, are still wedded to their old VHS players.
Oh, hang on there, Tom Cruise.
I love that movie.
Before filming started, writer-director Gillian Green sent out word that she needed to find a still-functioning VHS rental store, and she was astonished to find one just a few miles away from her home in Los Angeles.
Hi, Bill. It's Gillian Green calling.
Gillian, thanks for calling. I appreciate it. I enjoyed your movie.
Really? Thank you. Thank you so much.
I want to ask you about that video store. That place...
Yes, and believe it or not, it's still around. So it's called Eddie Brandt's Saturday Matinee. When we went to scout it, it was packed. Lots of people over 70 in it. And you rent them, and yeah, it's still going strong.
How did you... Is this in your neighborhood? Is this just a place you knew about?
No. I think we just searched for it. My producer did that. I was like, find a video store. But we went. It was just perfect. Quite a gem.
It's your quintessential only in LA sort of thing.
Right. It may be the only one in the country. Who knows? Yeah. But yeah, even if I had a video player, I don't know if I'd even remember how to work it.
There's a reason I'm sitting behind this desk running things. And you're out there with a partner that's 20 years younger than you.
Hey, Anthony's got a mouth with his own engine, but he's solid.
Mel Gibson and Vince Vaughn play a pair of down-on-their-luck cops who rationalize their way into making one illegal score in Dragged Across Concrete.
A single red ant could have eaten it faster.
Writer-director S. Craig Zahler specializes in graphic, hyper-violent storylines, but he tempers our revulsion by creating complex, conflicted characters who speak with the lyrical, almost hypnotic sort of street poetry.
We have the skills and the right to acquire proper compensation.
Clocking in at more than 2.5 hours, Dragged Across Concrete is positively operatic in its over-the-top set pieces, but it seldom seems to drag, thanks to intense, reflective performances by a fine cast.
There's a lot of imbeciles out there.
Well, that's our podcast. For more on the movies, come to SaturdayEveningPost.com/movies, and for all my reviews, interviews, and videos, come to my website, moviesfortherestofus.com. You can also like Movies for the Rest of Us on Facebook. For the Saturday Evening Post, I'm Bill Newcott. Oh yeah! I was wondering where he went.